What is up, my dudes, and the one girl who just wants to know if everything's all right? Don't worry, one girl, everything's all right. It's all right. This is Bikes, Beards, and Brews. Let's kick that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we kick this one off, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. New videos Wednesdays and Fridays, sometimes Mondays, but let's be honest, those are kind of like Bigfoot. People have claimed they've seen them, but they haven't. So today, man, I've tried to record this video 3 times now, and things are always coming up. Things are always happening. And you know, before we get too far into this, hey baby, you like what you see? So I have my Pixel 6 Pro here. Decided I'd do a little 2-camera action, see how that turns out. Hopefully pretty well. If not, I'll make this box really small and you won't notice how bad it is, and you'll never see it again. But yeah, I mean, the Pixel 6 Pro has some pretty awesome cameras on it, so I figured, why the hell not? Let's do it. Let's try it out. All right, so today we are talking about mental health and motovlogging. And just to expand on that just a little bit, I don't mean just motovlogging. I mean like social media all the way around. Facebook, the gram, like I'm assuming TikTok, I don't know, because I'm not a 13-year-old girl, so I have no idea how that works, but we'll just assume, you know, TikTok too. And you know, vloggers in general and stuff. You don't have to be on a motorcycle or, you know, whatever. So yeah, but for me and for my 2 special guests, you know, we motovlog, so I thought that this would be, you know, fitting for what I do, obviously. And when I talk about mental health, to give you a little backstory on this, I see a lot in like different like chats and different posts and stuff like that. It seems like a lot of motovloggers get burnt out very quickly, or, you know, they kind of rise really quick and then they fall like even quicker. You see the ones that are stressed out about making videos, having like topics and stuff to talk about and things to record. You see a lot of stressing over like different things, like their metrics, like have they added enough people, have they added enough followers, do they have enough interactions, do they have like enough view time, do they have this, can they get monetized yet, are they making money? There's so many aspects that go into this. It is kind of crazy, but I'm here to tell you, first off, calm down.
Okay, bud, let's take about 20% off her over there, eh?
Just calm down a little. If you're watching this, there's a fairly good chance you're not like a really huge like channel to begin with. If you are like monetized, you're probably on the lower end of it, so you're taking what, like 30 bucks a month if you're lucky. My man Infamous Creep actually just did a video where he talked about how much he made over the last year, and he took home like a little over $1,000 for a year. You break that down by how many videos he's made and stuff, I think he's making like 25 cents a video. So not something you should really be like stressing really hard about. And of course, you know, we all have that dream. If you're a motovlogger, or, you know, you're a social media influencer or whatever, you want to make it, you want to get huge, you would love to have this support you. I get it, I'm there, I'm in that boat. I think one of the biggest differences though is I spent about 10 years in like local bands. A lot of those bands were like death metal, thrash metal, hardcore, stuff like that. So basically everything you would never hear on the radio, and everything that, you know, these bands that are out there now, when they come off tour, they have to go work their day jobs until it's time to tour again. So clearly not big money makers, and that's something that, you know, I came to grasp with very early in my music career, but I really loved what I was doing, so I kept doing it. However, today is not about that, at all. What I want to talk to you guys about is different ways to help, like, really stay healthy mentally while you're doing social media and, you know, motovlogging or whatever else. And I want to share some of the stuff that I do, and then I want to bring in my two guests who are going to tell you what they do. Some of it will probably overlap because, honestly, I reached out to people in the motovlogging community that I feel like they had a good grasp on this and how to, you know, have that good balance and not really lose it or burn out. So, quite honestly, if you know me from like a motovlogging sort of view, you'll probably notice I'm not as active at night, and I'm not active on the weekends as much. And there's a reason for that. I almost treat motovlogging like a job. I come in the morning, I do my editing, I, you know, do my promotion, I do all that stuff. But, you know, around 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard, I like to unplug and get back to the real world. I work a technology job as well. So for me, it's just, I don't deem it healthy to be in front of screens for, you know, sun up till sundown. I think it's kind of crazy. So I try and stay away from that. Weekends, same thing, man. I want to go out, I want to hang out with friends, I want to have a good time. I don't record all of my rides. I don't record everything I do. Obviously, I go out and I record at least a ride, so I have some sort of content to bring you guys. But that's about it. That's, you know, aside from that, I try and keep my weekends to my weekends. You don't see me doing like a live stream watching the Pats, like, you know, crush the Carolina Panthers like they did last weekend. You don't see stuff like that because that's my time. And for me, that's how I stay mentally healthy. I do that. I spend time with my lady. I spend time with my dogs. Not my like who let the dogs out dogs, but like my actual dogs. I have 3 dogs. I spend time with my dogs, which are my friends, and, you know, stuff like that. And on a YouTube aspect, honestly, I don't pay attention to my numbers as much as I used to. I originally really wanted to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. After that, I was just like, cool, I'm good. I'm gonna chill now. I'm just gonna work on putting out quality content, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it and subscribe and, you know, come on board, and I'll continue to grow. I actually didn't even realize I hit 1,000 subscribers until like Harley Fat Boy Jr. told me, and that is how much I was paying attention. One day I just got like a message, and it was like, you know, Mahala fam, congratulations on 1,000. You fam. I love that dude. I'm assuming he's just typing on his keyboard like this. He's like, Mahala fam. I think his hands are permanently like that, and I'm cool with that. That dude is so awesome. I love him. He just hit 1,000 subscribers as well. Congrats to him. So yeah, I find that not staring at my metrics does fantastic things for my mental well-being. Because honestly, I'm just to the point where I'm not gonna grind myself on that, because there's no way to know what video is gonna hit and what video's not going to hit and stuff like that. I mean, I just did one where I went to you know, a brewery with Dave. I liked it. It was a fun time. It's actually probably one of my lower viewed videos in recent times, but whatever. I tried it, shot my shot, didn't quite work out, whatever. But enough about me. Let me throw it out to Bry the Biker and Ridin Dad, because they were kind enough to record some segments for this as well, because I didn't want you to think this was all about me. And let's see what they have to say. So, Bry, Ridin Dad?
What do I do to balance YouTube in my life? I find with YouTube, the larger you get, the easier it is to get sucked into the analytics and the statistics. And at the end of the day, they're just numbers. And I think that one of the things a lot of creators get lost in is that, you know, if 100 people watch a video and you get a lot of engagement from that, is that more important? I mean, for me, it's more important than if I did a video that got 30,000 views and very little engagement. Just try to remember that numbers are numbers, and YouTube is just a thing. It's a living, breathing organism at some level, and there are days when the algorithm changes and you won't get the views, or other things become more popular. I'm a firm believer in putting your head down and doing the work. Someone once said to me, the only people that fail are the ones that give up. Don't give up. You know, if you can't put out content that week, don't put it out. Don't stress. It's not worth it. You know, I've gone 3 weeks without putting out content. My subs were still there. My viewership was still there. It's all good. Don't stress over it. And I'm gonna say this, and feel free to flame me in the comments, but for the love of God, can we stop going on YouTube and complaining about YouTube? I'm seeing all these videos where people are going out and they're complaining that, you know, they're not getting the subs or they're not getting the followers or the alerts. Now, the alert issue I kind of get, you had to fix it. But what does it prove? Seriously, you're complaining that you're not getting views, but you're putting out a video complaining that you're not getting views. Why not just put out another video, right? Because all those videos do are getting the community spun up, and then everybody's looking at their numbers even harder and going, oh, on this day I got 12 views, and on this day I got 10, so there's an issue with the algorithm. Stop. Just stop. Unless this is your full-time job, it's just YouTube. Enjoy the creative process. You know, your family and those memories are way more important than your YouTube channel. Enjoy YouTube for what it is, a creative outlet. Turn your phones off. Turn your social media alerts off. The biggest thing I've been doing lately is I'll go to dinner with just my Apple Watch on, because I have an Apple Cellular watch. So I get phone calls from my kids or text messages if there's a problem, but I'm not sucked into cyberland. Go live your life. Balance your time. Look at YouTube as a business. Whether you're making money from it or not, it's a business, it's a creative outlet. Put in the time that you can and then walk away from it and engage it again the next day or the next week, however you choose to engage it. But don't get caught up in the numbers. Numbers, I've seen some creators that are putting out stunning content that don't have the following, and I've seen content that is horrible and has a mass following. Don't stress it. Life's too short. Hope that helps, guys.
Hey, Chris here from the Ridin Dad channel. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for including me in this video to Bikes, Beards, and Brews. I really appreciate it. I dig his channel. I would tell you to go check it out, but obviously you're already watching it. So here we go. My short little blurb on what I do to not get bogged down by the joys of YouTube. I think the best thing that I've started doing for myself and I've done for the past year or two is separate YouTube stuff with fun stuff. So like I do install videos, and that actually ties into my other one. First, we'll start with that one, I guess. Just do what you want to do. Like if I was doing YouTube stuff that I didn't enjoy, I really, if you're unfamiliar with the channel, I do predominantly install videos. I love working on the bikes. I love doing install videos. I love doing that kind of stuff. So when I do these videos, it's something I enjoy. I don't think of it as homework. I enjoy that. So find something you like and try to just stick with it, because the more you stick with it, the better YouTube algorithm is going to do for you. The second thing I would say, which is what I almost tried to start with anyway, is to separate the two, right? Work and fun separate. So YouTube, especially when you get into it a decent amount, is pretty much like a second-time job. It's a full-time, part-time second job. So yeah, I separate it. I make sure my schedule right now, I work Monday through Friday, so I make sure Saturday mornings / Friday nights, depending on what I got going on, that is my YouTube video time, whether that's editing, filming for the next week or whatever, all that kind of stuff. I also try to get ahead of it. So if something happens the next weekend and I want to plan something or whatever, I don't freak out and worry that I don't have enough time. So try to do that, try to keep it separate, and then once I'm done with the video, I'm like, okay, now I got the whole rest of the weekend and the whole rest of the week, depending on what my schedule is, to just have fun, ride, talk with people, meet up, just no worries about YouTube, just have fun with it. The biggest thing that I can recommend that I think helps me a ton to continue to enjoy and have fun and be able to do it as much as and frequently as I do is to not worry about it. I don't worry about the monetary take-home pay for YouTube if you're a YouTube creator and you're in a creator fund or whatever. I don't worry about that. I don't worry about how many subscribers I got. I don't worry about interaction, like view counts, all that. I do not worry about that at all. What I do worry about is the Instagram messages I get. Hey Chris, you helped me decide this and this for my bike, or that's awesome. Or hey Chris, I had a question about that. Can you help me out with that? And I said, I explain it, and they're like, oh my God, thank you. That really helped me out. It helped the problem that I had with a bike. I fixed it. That's awesome. And people meeting people like Bikes and Beard, or Bikes, Beards, and Brews. Meeting these people, not in person necessarily, obviously, yet, at some point, probably, for sure, hopefully, but meeting these people digitally and being able to talk with them and interact with them. The best part, hands down, about being on YouTube and creating content and everything like that is the people you meet. The people you meet in the bike community are some of the best people in the entire world. And if you focus on the connections you make with those people and the possible lifelong connections that you're making and friendships that you're making, it's awesome. That's by far the best part. So hopefully some of these tips that I use for myself help you in the future or currently. And again, thank you very much to Bikes, Beards, and Brews. Awesome channel, awesome guy. Hopefully one day soon we'll ride the tail of the dragon again.
Hey, welcome back. So did you learn anything? I hope you learned something, because I feel like they taught you something. Maybe I taught you something too. Another thing I can teach you, it looks kind of dark right now. I'm not riding late at night. It's just the daylight savings time that no one wants. It's actually only like 4:45 right now, but hey, screw it. We sure do like waking up in darkness and going to bed in darkness. Yay. So yeah, I really hope some of this helped you. I hope you, if you are on social media, if you are like, really like staring down those numbers, if you're like trying to like get that next viral video or whatever, I hope this helps to like kind of, I don't know, get you to like go, all right, maybe I should just scale back, calm down a little. Because honestly, there's not too much you could do to do that sort of stuff. And I know a lot of motovloggers out there, they'll compare themselves to bigger channels, and they'll consider their videos fails if they don't get the same numbers as bigger channels. And I want to point out something to you. Look at your channel, look at your subscribers, and then look at your subscribers versus your viewers, and then divide the two and find a percentage. What I found is a lot of the bigger channels, I'm not going to call any out by name, you can find them on your own, they're very easy, they're the bigger channels. You'll see something that's pretty consistent, which is if you take their subscribers and then you kind of like average out like the viewers they have per video, you divide the two and you go for a percentage, their views are right around, between 10 and 20% of their subscriber rate. So if they have like 200,000 like subscribers, you're gonna find that they have like maybe 2,000 views on their video. 10%. If you look at your channel, there's a very fair chance that you have that same 10%. Now look, I know that's not giving you the warmest and fuzziest of feelings. I get it. If you've got like 200 subscribers and 20 views, you're kind of annoyed about that. But really, if you look at it in the correct scopes, you're at 10%. You're not doing bad. You really aren't. You're new, you're starting, and you're starting to grow. And a lot of these channels that you're looking at now that are huge, they did not blow up overnight. A lot of these channels took years. Obviously, there's a few exceptions to the rule, but a lot of the exceptions to the rule, monumental things happened. And I will mention one big channel here, because I'm not slagging or slighting him in the least bit. I'm actually a fan of the channel, and I'm a fan of the stuff he does. We all know his name, Shade Tree Surgeon. I watched that guy forever. I watched him when he was like injured and just doing like talking heads in front of TVs with like old 80s cartoons. But when he got back on the road and stuff, he wasn't huge. He was big, but he wasn't huge. The thing that was really the catalyst for him was right place, right time. I mean, he was on a highway and a Kia just started rolling behind him. And that video really like put his name out there. And he'll be the first to tell you, and I know he's mentioned in some of his videos, that, you know, if he could turn that like the 2 million views or something that video got into like money, because it's been reposted like 1 billion times as well, like that dude would be rich. But you know, that didn't happen either, but it did get him a lot of attention and a lot of exposure. Since then, obviously, he keeps growing, and a lot of that is because of the great things he does with like Forgotten Angels and stuff like that. But I mean, really, the big break for him and the thing that really moved him into the YouTube algorithm was that car rolling incident. So I'm not telling you to, like, you know, try and get your friend to roll a car behind you. You got to realize that's a bad idea. But again, I'm just trying to put this in perspective for you. It's like the kid who just started going to the gym, and he bought some protein powder that his favorite guy told him would make him huge, and now he's upset that after like 3 weeks and 40 curls, he's not like this giant monster. It doesn't happen that way. It takes time. So that's what I got. What do you guys got? Down in the comments, let me know how you help with your own, like, you know, mental stability, like keeping yourself mentally healthy while playing this game of motovlogging, vlogging. Again, maybe TikTok and Snapchat. I don't know how it works. Somebody teach me. But that's about all I got, especially being that the sun's going away. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video with friends, share it with family, share it with that one girl who's like 13 years old who understands how TikTok works and doesn't mind teaching an old dude how to do it. She'll love this stuff. No, she won't. Trust me. And I'll see you all on the flip side.